One of the fastest growing consumer products right now is the 40-ounce Stanley tumbler.
This isn't a water bottle if you've seen one of them. This is a behemoth. Interestingly, it is the vessel of choice right now for Gen Z and millennials and baby boomers.
So we had to know, how did Stanley become the it bottle of the moment?
Let's go back to 1913. That's when William Stanley graduated from Yale University. He invented a steel vacuum container to keep hot things hot and cold things cold.
And for 107 years, that Stanley container only came in 4 working man colors.
Let's fast forward to 2020.
Stanley added 2 new colors.
They added cream and desert sage.
The working men hated those colors. The rest of the world loved them.
It's conquered every generation. What was the strategy here?
It was just a color change, but that simple innovation quadrupled sales and turned it into the #1 selling water bottle.
Okay, interesting theory. I think water bottles, drinking more water, being environmentally conscious, all those things also factored into people wanting to buy reusable water bottles instead of, like the plastic disposable bottles that a lot of people were using for the last 20 years and then realized that probably wasn't good. So I think they're part of a bigger trend. I don't think it was just adding 2 colors that turned Stanley into a hit thing. I also think there were some influencers along the way, people with large audiences who promoted the cup or just even introduced the cup, not necessarily even promoting it directly at first, that for whatever reason kind of caught on. I think, sometimes a fad is just right place, right time, and a lot of luck. And I think that's probably what happened with the Stanley Cup. And I think if you come back in 2 years' time, you're going to see that Stanley Cup's big spike in sales probably didn't get sustained, and they probably went back to something a lot closer to what they always have done, and there'll be some other big hit item. The problem with this too is it's not predictable, and it's not necessarily, you can't manufacture a fad around your product, or even if you had influencers promoting it, you wouldn't necessarily have it catch on the way this one did. So good for Stanley. It took him 107 years to get popular, and that may only last for a couple years, but I guess enjoy the ride while it's happening.